Hi, Tiago, or rather, bonjour. I don't know if I should speak to you in French or English. So in doubt, I'll just speak to you in English. Okay, so I had a quick look at your reel. It's cool, man. It's really nice. I like what you have there, really. I think the only one I don't really like, I think, is that one. I think that one you could, you could have more detail in that walk cycle. So like a bit more weight on the hips, the chest to be counter animated a bit more. Uh, yeah, let me check. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's looping very well as well. It does, but I'm not sure then. There's like a little hitch. Maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe it was in this view. Yeah, I think it's. You see that step here? Things are poppy a little bit here, rather than the other one is very smooth. You want to have that smoothness here on the other step. What when I say more detail, I mean also try to have fun with different weight on a cycle. So like try to say, okay, like this gun here is gonna have a completely different weight than everything else. And right now it's a little bit too much a slave of what's happening here and what's happening here. So yeah, have the gun like very smooth. And you will see the wrist, the two wrists. I don't know how you set up the constraint, but um, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It depends, like whatever works for you. I think what I would probably try to do as a start would be to have everything controlled by the weapon. If I was to animate this thing. So I think that's what I would probably do. So that I would control the wrist first, and then I would probably bag the weapon and then add more details to the wrist and stuff. So like some just so they are not completely, glued together. Um, yeah. So yeah, you will start to see like the wrist and the gun doing its own thing rather than you see here like you see the chest here is going up and the weapon is going up almost the same. So that's what tells me that most likely your controllers are in FK right now. And what I would advise you to do is use IK in those sort of situations. That helps a lot. Okay, yeah. Anyway, yeah, a bit more detail on that. I think you can look for. Yeah, I think the chest is a bit stiff as well. Anyway, I could go on a lot on this thing. That's not what you asked, sorry. So I think apart from this shot, which needs a bit more detail, and apart from this is very cool. This is very cool as well. Apart from this, so this is nice to see, right? For us, like we kind of like to see that if it's a cool shot, especially here, it's Crash Bandicoot and stuff. It's nice. Like the characters are appealing and things. This is nice. Although, just look at like how long. Wait, I have a terrible doubt. No, okay, we're good. I thought I was recording the wrong screen the whole time. It's fine. Sorry, it's very early. Um, so yeah, just look at in terms of percentage. So I'll need to take something else here. Where is my Epic pen? Yep. So this is your percentage, well, roughly here. So all of this is acting, well, I would call this acting, and all of this is basically what we want to see is all of that. So in terms of percentage, I would rather like to see, let me change color, rather like well, ideally, I would like to see everything, right? As like just action shot and things. But if you want to include some cool acting stuff, then just have it like at the end, and again, that's only for us, right? Because we are gonna just look this as a bonus. So that's just something to keep in mind, I guess, and to answer your question a bit more. But yeah, anyway, yeah, the acting is not really something we are looking for. So although like there are some nice things here and there, but the thing we're gonna look for when we are looking at acting, well, at first is we're just gonna watch it because, like, like I said, Crash Bandicoot and stuff, we're definitely gonna watch it. But then I will look for shots like this where I can see body mechanic, and I will pay attention to how you did the body mechanic to that guy and how you did the body mechanic to that guy. And it's a little bit of a bad news here because I think the way you did that step is very light, and I know it's cartoony and stuff, but just well, first the feet are I just noticed that not on the ground, um, but it's I'm gonna look for detail here on like how you treat body mechanic, and in here like how you did that step. The weight shift to me is not good enough, and then when he plants the foot, so first you've got like a lot of intersection and stuff. So I'm not judging or anything, but this is I'm just telling you, just to help. Hopefully, I hope you understand. I'm not judging, right? I'm just saying that that's what I'm gonna look for in a demo reel. So I'm pretty sure like this shot for you was done quickly and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure of that. But still, if you include that in your demo reel, it means you want me to have a look at it. So I will, when we look at demo reels, we are quite harsh actually, because we've got a lot of demo reels, and let's not lie, all the time, most of the time it's gonna be kind of like crappy stuff. So as soon as we see, we don't lose time. So as soon as we see like one, two crappy shots, then next, like we just like reject the candidate and look at something else. So that's what I'm saying. If you put some stuff in your demo reel, it should be your best work. Like, of course, I'm gonna look at it frame by frame like I'm doing right now, and I will see that, yeah, here the weight shift is not complete, and that it lacks a little bit of weight and stuff. I mean, this character, the big red guy, is nice. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. And then regarding um, this, I think is a little bit of the same. This is acting, and usually we just my advice would be start with like your best shot, then your second best shot, and then last you want to put your third best shot. Just so, like I said, when we watch Demoreel, we watch it from the start, and if in the first, like, don't save your best shot for the end. Um, so okay, because I'm guessing it could be a bit confusing. So first, like best shot, second, well, second best, then blah 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 whatever. So like try to put your best, like the best stuff you have, but definitely your first one should be the best, the second one should be your second best. And I would say, I mean, it's up to you, it's not, it doesn't really matter, but I would say to leave a good impression, before we close the demo reel, if we watch it until the end, is like the no, not no, sorry, my number is wrong here. Oh, the thing doesn't work. Um, so you're gonna have like three, four, five, whatever, how many shots, and then at the end or whichever, this should be your third best. Just so when we close the demo reel, like you know, we end up on a good note. And there are even some people that said, I mean, that's actually what I was told, to put your best shot at the end or your second best shot. No, I think it was your second best shot. So I was like this and this. Anyway, it's up to you, but just to let you know. And I think it could be relevant, to be honest, to treat things this way. Yeah. So to me, this is not your best shot. Although it is nice to see, but it's like still it's very. I'm gonna look for body mechanic here, even though I can't see the feet and stuff. But here again, I can see that everything can move at the same time. So I'm not looking at the face. I'm looking at this. Sorry, this arm, for example. and you will see that it's moving at the same time. So again, that's the sort of detail I'm gonna look for if you include shots like this. But I would definitely not put that as your first shot. I think your best shot is definitely the sword one. This one. This one is really cool. So I'm guessing you're taking some animate class. Uh, Seems like it's working really well. Dude, if you include stuff like this in your Demoreel, like you've got, you know, few good shots of stuff like that, we'll definitely have an interest in you. This is really nice. I really like it. Like the details. So I'm trying to pay at, like to sorry, not pay too much attention to secondary and stuff, although I know it helps a lot. So for Warhammer and stuff, like we are doing some very heavy things. So like this is quite nice, I think. Although you see here when you look at it frame by frame, the back here is here, and then it's here, and then it's here. So I feel like you could work on that role a bit more. Yeah, and here as well, like here you kind of want to have like a, oops, sorry, wrong drawing. Uh, you kind of want to have a whip effect here. So like, like, oh, it's not drawing anymore. But yeah, here the chest to accelerate. Yeah, boom. And to have like, if you just check your spacing here, it's going slower and slower before it actually impacted. And so it means the impact here is quite soft. So you want to have like like I said, like a whip effect here. Because this girl is dead and now it's just like, it's just physics basically. So here, as soon as the hip, so this is dragging, this is nice, like the chest and the arms and stuff, the head. But as soon as the hips like gonna impact the ground here, you wanna have this is just gonna just follow and accelerate until it hits the ground. Bam, bam, bam. And then, so yeah, your spacing here is wrong. So like we are doing heavy stuff, but yeah, this is nice as well. Although, like I said, need work. Not gonna lie, those death or things like that. If there's anything wrong, even the slightest thing, it will just any eye can spot it because it's physics. We're used to see things bouncing and things. So yeah. Yeah, so things like that, man. Things like that. If you include, um, don't know if you saw my talk the other day. I had like a long ramble against, not against, but talking about locomotion and stuff. If you include locomotion, like you did, I'm all up for that. Just don't make it boring. And if it's boring, I would classify this as boring because like it's just a run. There's nothing special. She's just holding the gun two-handed, which is nice. But like, she's not. You don't see any character in her. Like, there's nothing special about that girl running. So if you include something boring like this, it has to be perfect, man. It has to be like, oh boy, this guy can handle, weight very, very well, and he's very comfortable doing that. I don't see this in that shot. Yeah. So make sure if you include locomotion, that is nice. I guess I can touch a little bit on that one as well. Like I said, we are doing heavy stuff, and here this is very cartoony. So sometimes we do have characters that need like that can defy gravity a bit easier because of magic or whatever. But still, we're gonna look at like this for us uh is way too simple. Same here, like the hips are going down and then suddenly they don't move for a few frames. Like we are not doing this, so I'm not gonna be, and then suddenly it moves a lot. So yeah, um, yeah, that's weird. But like the poses and stuff are nice. You could add some secondary dynamic to the ear, and I don't know this rig. I mean, I've seen it a lot, but I never used it. Like what you did with the cape is really nice, but you could add as many details as you can. And here again, when she lands, you really want the weight to feel great. So add as much detail as you can. So that's it, man. I hope it helps. I'm not sure if it's you can take any information out of what I just said, but yeah, it's nice work. Honestly, it's nice work. I don't know if you applied. If you apply, let me check. Um, where is my hiring? Would probably not be too happy that I'm doing this, but let me check. I can do what I want. No, that's not true. Uh, all right, hold on. Let me pause the recording. Hey Tiago, it seems like yeah, I'm back. Okay, yeah, okay. So I checked, and I talked with Matt, the other lead, which is basically the one. Matt is mainly gonna be reviewing applications. So, yeah. But I thought your name ring the bell because I think we had a look at your Demoreel. So at that point where when you were rejected, we already hired people. So that's like unless the reel was very very like exceptional. Um, yeah, that's why you got rejected. But yeah, no, we liked your reel. Like I said, not really. With all I just said, it's not really. We didn't feel particularly targeted with that reel because of the acting and everything, and you've got just few action shots, which shows us that you don't have that much experience doing those. You must have more experience doing acting shots, which I guess is what you do for a living. But yeah, so more stuff like this, man. Like the action shot, and that's it. So I hope it helps. Sorry it didn't work this time. Yeah. Um, so I'm trying to see if there's anything else to add, but I don't think there is. So yeah, I'll just stop rambling now. Thanks for getting in touch and thanks for playing. So yeah, bye, man.